Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala, glad to have you along. We are blessed with a game tonight that should be a lot of fun.
Well, I tell you what, Jeff, we are in for a real treat tonight between the Pinconning area Spartans traveling up to the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, and we're at the Panther Gym. We haven't been here in a while. This was kind of our old haunts from our radio days at WKJC. We love it. It's a great facility, and this we expect a really, really good game against two really good teams.
When you talk about these two teams, the one word that is common is rivalry. These are next-door neighbors. These kids play a lot of travel ball together. They're together all the time. They see each other at the restaurants and what have you. So you've got two teams coming in at 14-2. So 16 games into a 22-game season, we couldn't have penciled in a better game from the start of the year.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. When I was doing my max prep work this morning on the old computer, I saw them both at 14-2. Panthers are 5-0 in the conference, and I think the Spartans are 3-2 in the conference. So, this is a big game for both teams in the conference, and going into what we always say, play your best ball at the end of the season, going into the state tournament. We still got the month of February, but they're only 15 miles apart, like you said. So this is a huge, huge rivalry.
Well, and both of these teams tonight are predicated on defense.
Well, and they're doing a really nice job. They're only giving up in the 40s on defense for both teams.
Low 40s.
Low 40s. 41 for Pinconning and 42 for the Panthers. So both these teams are going to play really good defense. And on the offense, they both can score some points. Penny's averaging 70 a game. The Panthers are averaging 60. So, this is going to be a real interesting game.
This is a game tonight that I really feel whoever the chairman of the boards are tonight are going to control this game. Both teams have good wing play, but which team's bigs can make the shots underneath, can rebound, and make things happen at the other end, I think is going to come out on top.
I like the way you're thinking, Jeff. Those little bunny shots underneath the basket, go up strong, expect to get fouled, make your free throws. And as I always say, and you know me well enough all of these years, it's the little detail things that are going to win you ball games. The rebounding, the blocking out, the good passing. Who's going to win the turnover battle? I think that's going to have a huge effect on this game.
Well, and when you look at Jason Donahue, fairly new coach up in Pinconning, but he really walked into a situation and turned the ship upright last year and has built on it this year. And then on the other side, you got Matt Coyne, who took over from one of our old favorites, Dr. Tom Murray, back in the day. So great stability here on the Standish side.
Yeah, Matt's been here a long time, and he had a good mentor in, as we like to call him, the Secretary of Defense, and Tom Murray. But, we have noticed that Pinconning program just gradually getting better. They've had a good base, and they got some good kids. The football team has been successful. That carries over into the basketball season. So I'm really looking forward to a great rivalry. These two have gone at each other for years and years and years back in the Northeast Michigan Conference. Now they're in the Jack Pine together. This is going to be a whale of a basketball game.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into a football game on the basketball floor, but we should be in for a great game tonight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The best is yet to come. That puts the wraps on our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a minute on BCTV.
At Covenant Healthcare, we take caring for kids very seriously. That's why we've established Covenant Children's Hospital, home of the Great Lakes Bay region's only pediatric emergency care unit, the only Level 3 regional neonatal intensive care unit, part of our state-of-the-art birth center,
Popsicles,
and the region's only pediatric intensive care unit.
Our pediatric ICU has specialized equipment designed for treating children and board-certified pediatric intensivists specifically trained to deal with the unique needs of pediatric care.
As a pediatrician, it's rewarding to work at a hospital with so many resources devoted to kids' care.
Covenant Children's Hospital offers a wide range of pediatric specialty services, such as pediatric cardiology, orthopedics, treatment for autism, diabetes, and sleep disorders, as well as pediatric rehabilitation at Mary Freebed Rehabilitation.
They have stickers!
And at every step of the way, our child life specialists guide them, making their Covenant experience a positive one. Covenant Children's Hospital is also home to the Central Michigan University Pediatric and Obstetrics and Gynecology residency programs, training the next generation of physicians.
They won't let you be a doctor without one of these.
A children's hospital is more than a building with colorful walls. Rather, it is the embodiment of the hearts and minds of all of us committed to the well-being of children.
We're dedicated to providing extraordinary care to infants and children so they can get back to the serious business of being kids.
All right, good evening and welcome back. We're ready for some basketball. Marty Kravitz to flip it up right now, and the opening tip is controlled by the Pinconning area Spartans. They're not wasting any time. Burping up a trifecta, tickling the twine. First three belong to the Spartans.
Hold on to your hat, brother. This is going to be a dilly.
Oh, this side is full. The other side is half full. This is just going to be a fun game. And both of these teams coming in at 14-2, just making it lots of fun. Trying to get an answer on the three ball. Shot is up and missed by Fagan. At the other end, trying to go coast to coast. Number 2, Brady Lupke with the deuce and a 5-0 run to start for Penny.
Don't look down, but it looks like the Pinconning area Spartans like to push the ball up the floor. And they're doing a nice job boxing out there, out of bounds to the Standish-Sterling Center Panthers, Jeff. Boy, what a great start for Pinconning area.
Ball goes off Ivy's hands. He's the sensational sophomore on that varsity club and really found himself as a freshman, coming out in a little 2-3 matchup right now. So then trying to go backwards. Nice job by the defense, and we're going to have an offensive foul. As doing a great job defensively is Ivy, and I think that foul is going to be on Brody Sullivan.
His first team foul number 1,
They're
5-0.
calling on Emmons, okay.
On Emmons, okay. 5-0 run to start the game for the Pinconning area Spartans. Standish-Sterling is going to come out in full-fledged 55 man-to-man.
Boy, and Ivy puts up a shot, cannot get it. The rebound by Cabini could not make that happen either. Down the floor they come, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. I don't know. I believe they're going to have a coach's warning here against Matt Coyne. And we're going to go back to the action. I don't think Matt was real pleased with that first call on the charge. I think obviously he would like it to be a little bit more physical game tonight, but I think the officials are setting the tone early that that's not the way they're going to play things. Good wide open 3-ball look at the other end. And Ivy with the rebound off that miss. He goes between his legs and now with a trot up the floor. Coach Coyne is a very calculated individual, and he didn't like his 5-0 start. Instead of a call and a timeout, he's going to choose to fire his team up that way. And we're going to have a travel on the other end of the floor. And so easy to say the coaches are into the game early, the fans are in early, and they've all got an opinion.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I think the broadcasters are into it too, Jeff. It's just a great vibe in the building tonight here at Standish.
Court going to the half-court trap, and Standish doing a great job going to the opposite corner. Now trapped underneath, and great job where the ball just falls right back into Emmons' hands. He knows how to finish that off. And trying to get down the floor early was number 2, Lupke, but the pass was a little too strong. And it'll be back over to Standish.
Well, you can see Pinconning just wants to giddy up and go. They want to push it, Jeff, and they're gonna get the ball ahead quickly, and they're gonna probably end up burping it up a lot without a lot of rebounders underneath possibly.
Well, they average 70 points a game, so you know what they're up to. And now you've got Ivy with the block at one end, down at the other end. Lupke tried to get that thing off, and we're gonna have that ball back over on the end of the Pinconning area Spartans, but averaging 70 points a game, they certainly are in a position where
Yeah.
they're going to continue to look down the floor for those easy transition points.
Well, and it's got a little physical right there, Jeff, but we have a veteran officiating crew, and we know these three very, very well, so there's a stoppage in play. But I know these guys, and you know these guys, they like to let the kids play, and they were players themselves.
Well, and Matt Coyne is talking to Marty Kravitz right now, and I always enjoyed officiating for Matt Coyne because he knows how to talk to you. He knows what he can get away with saying. He does it in the right way, but he just fights for his kids, and that ball is stolen off the inbounds, trying to go coast to coast with a real nice stop, a stutter, and the basket. Case and Wendell with the deuce and a chance to go to the free throw line to finish off the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Great jump stop by that young man for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, Jeff. He kept his composure on that jump stop, little head fake, got the Pinconning area player up, little body contact, and just before you look at it, 5-5, we're all tied up.
5-0 run for Penny, 5-0 run with an answer for Standish, and this is good. You got to watch those screens and make sure you're set. Ivy on the wing. We thought this game would be played in the post, and it's been all perimeter. So that goes to show sometimes, and then we got a travel by Lupke that time. Kind of shuffled his tootsies in the corner, really couldn't gather himself.
Nice job on the defensive end of the floor. Typical Standish-Sterling Central Panther team, Jeff, getting after you in the man-to-man defense. A little half-court 1-2-2 trap right here.
You know he's going strong to the hole to finish. And we're going to have a reach-in foul, and that's going to go against Case and Wendell. And you knew exactly what Zaire was doing when he took off for the basket. He had his sights set on the rim.
Good foul, good clean foul, taking her to the rack strong. Nothing dirty about that one. Going to the line for the Pinconning area Spartans. Garrett Zaire, he's going to shoot a couple. We're tied 4:51 at 5-5.
Zaire with two dribbles. Bend to the knees, flick of the wrist, all cotton on the first delivery.
Calvin Holland into the game. Also for the
Daniel Dubé.
Daniel Dubé also in for Pinconning. First substitutes of the evening.
So Dubé, that's a name you recognize from football season.
Yeah.
As a lot of these kids back and forth, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. It's 7-5. So just again, when my pregame thoughts, battle of the paint, and all of a sudden they're burping up all these shots from deep. That's why we're up here and no longer on the sideline trying to coach. Trying to look for a travel, and that shot is missed. Here comes the loose change. Dubé's coming down the floor, just loses control of it for a minute. Look at Ivy, couldn't get the shot to drop. The ball's last touched by Pinconning. And it will go back over to Standish.
Whoa, Wild and Woolly down on the end. Ivy had a really good look at it. Jeff just couldn't get it to drop down into the game for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Number 20, the senior Preston Allen. Here comes the three-quarter court, 1-2-2, Jeff.
And I like the fact that both teams are doing some subbing early. High emotional game with a rivalry. You need to get your win back, and after you get that second win, then you don't really have the problem. But like the fact the game slows down a little bit from the bench. Gets the rebound off his own miss, and up and in for Preston Allen. What a great job with the second effort and the deuce.
We saw Preston warming up in the upper gym, Jeff. He's a big individual for the Panthers.
As they're going to move that ball around right now, Ivy says, come and take that. Nope, he's going to spin around, and almost another travel. And we're going to have an offensive foul as they're going to say dipping down the shoulder. Our officiating crew early on is showing that they're going to give the defense the benefit of the doubt when they work hard and they're in position.
Well, you know what? That's what I always liked when I was coaching, Jeff. I always wanted veteran officials that have done it a long time, that have played the game and understand the game and let the kids play. Let the kids determine the outcome of the game.
Absolutely. 7-7 with 3:30 left. Great look underneath, and the finish by Carter Fagan. Boy, he was kind of lonely down there on the baseline. Pinconning defense forgot about him, and easy kiss off the glass for the deuce.
He snuck down there, Jeff, and the Pinconning area did forget about him.
Dubé gets the ball back out front. Ivy right now is really been played well defensively, not able to make a lot happen. He's trying to post up down. They're asking for it, and he's down there, and that ball is tipped away, but they're going to say a little arm on it, and we're going to get 2 shots. As they think they did a really nice job that time as Dayton Ivy got that post position and got a good high-low pass.
Yeah, good seal off, Jeff, on that lob pass, and Ivy's going to be rewarded. He's going to shoot 2 free throws, 9-7, 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. Very entertaining first quarter, I would have to say.
And with Ivy, Ivy's a big scorer. He's about 14 points a game and hasn't scored yet. So at the free throw line, it's a great way to try and get that rhythm back. And we'll find out now as he gets the second offering. 2 dribbles. He sends it up, bends the knees, flicks the wrist, and Cotton on the delivery, split of the 2 at the line. It's 9-8 as Standish maintains a 1-point lead. Again, Pinconning trying to trap right now, just trying to change that offensive tempo a little bit. That shot comes up. Fagan able to get that rebound from 15, and a great job underneath. How about those friendly home rims for Preston Allen?
Preston did a nice job. Soft touch right there. That was a very difficult shot from a pretty difficult, awkward angle, Jeff.
Trying to go through the path, and great job of moving into a wide open area. The shot is missed by Lupke, but the rebound and the putback comes back up by Holland.
Calvin was in the right place at the right time there, Jeff. A little tip and going up strong.
It just fell in his lap.
Oh, it did. 2:05 to go here in the first quarter.
We're going to have a little knee action, and that's a good call. I believe they're going to probably get that on Zach Lowers. Oh, nope, they're going to call Holland on that.
Team foul number 3 for the Pinconning Air Spartans, 4 for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
Remember, they shoot at 5 now, and it's always 2 free throws.
I was thinking about that today. Going back to my old school days.
What a great job of going to the hole. Holland just absolutely took that away. Look at Dubé. He's going to be the first one down the floor. He said these irons are friendly here, even at the away home.
Boot scoot boogie right there.
Dubé
was flying down the court.
And now they've got a 2-on-1 down at the other end. Just a little bit out of control. The rebound and the putback up and in by Fagan, as he's got 4 quick points in the paint here in the last minute.
That Fagan name has been around forever, I think, since they laid the first brick up here in Standish-Sterling.
Yeah, well, they're actually the Pinconning family.
Oh, okay.
For many, many years, but Keith has been in administration here for a long, long time. The long-time principal here, taking over. His dad was long-time principal at Pinconning, so it's in the genes. At the other end, what a great shot.
Nice step.
Woo, it didn't even have to go Euro window kiss off the glass for the Dukes.
That was the Panther step, I think, right there, my friend.
That is a 15-12 lead as we're down in the last minute of play here in the first. Holland up top gets the ball back to Lowers. Lowers just about had his pocket picked, and he's going to get it back to Holland. The big fella, you don't want him 35 feet from the basket with the ball. Holland says, I'll show you how I can burp it up from 3. Couldn't get that one to drop. 1 and done as the rebound comes down to Standish.
Here come the Panthers, bringing it up to 4. Jeff again.
Fagan with another look, and look at that. Great job falling into the lap again. Unable to make it happen, and the ball just kind of hung down there on the floor. Dubé says, I'm going to take it strong to the hole with a kiss with 11 seconds left. It's 15-14. Standish by 1. They've only got 5 seconds to get that ball down the floor. Probably not going to get a shot off. And they're going to let it go from half court, and it's short. Oh, at the end of our first quarter of play, it is the 15 for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, 14 for the Pinconning area Spartans. Back in a moment. Woo, on BCTV. Founded in 2011, Renew Physical Therapy has quickly become the Great Lakes Bay region's fastest growing patient-centered physical therapy and rehabilitation specialists. With 16 locations to serve you, our friendly, highly qualified staff of physical, occupational, and massage therapists take great pride in offering one-on-one treatments through customized plans to help you achieve the best possible outcome for your health. Our offices accept most major insurances and are well-versed in navigating the complexities of insurance policies, ensuring you receive the coverage and benefits you deserve. Visit our website at renewpt.com to request your appointment today. Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. Mike, what a great first quarter of action we saw.
Boy, Jeff, I'll tell you what, there was up and down, good defense, offense, everything was rebounding. They're shooting the ball well. Defense is really good. This was an exciting Jack Pine Conference game. You can see why these two teams are both 14-2 and on big win streaks.
So Standish off the alternate possession. We'll start with the first possession of the second quarter. Has a long three ball going up and is short of the mark, and they're going to fight down on the ground for the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball off the alternate possession. It'll go back over to the Pinconning area Spartans.
Good hustle by number 23, Ryan Kowalczyk. That name sounds familiar, Jeff.
Yep.
Saw Dad earlier, came up and said hi to us.
Yep, Dad used to be my boss at the Bay City schools. I always had to be nice to him. He did my evaluations. But Andy's a great guy. Up
He's a good
3
dude.
years up here. He's done a fabulous job and just a great soup and taken over for somebody that had been here for a long time, too, and did a great job.
When Mike View and Darren Krochalewski used to be the superintendents up there. So they've had three good ones in a row.
Moving that ball around the horn right now. Good, wide open three look. Unable to finish for Sullivan. Look at the rebound and a great extra pass underneath the number 22, Marshall King.
You know the thing I noticed about these teams, Jeff? They're very basketball savvy, very smart, tipping the ball to your teammate and doing the little things that make the difference in the ball game.
And it's great because if you cannot get the rebound as Lowers puts up a three ball, tickling the twine on it. You're right. Tip it to somebody that can make a play.
That looked like his sister shooting that ball right there, didn't it?
That was something special. Shot going up. How about the friendly roll from Marshall King? Triple.
Tell you what, when you're feeling it, they all go in, my friend.
That thing looks like it's as big around as a pond out there right now, and they're burping it up. 6.5 left in our first half. Standish by 3. Boy, the closeout defense from both of these teams. Here comes the double team. Fagan with the steal. Down at the other end of the floor. Nice job under control to not pick up the charge and continue the offense. Skipping that ball, Fagan was looking at the three ball. Lowers did a great job of getting out on him. Not there quick enough this time. Fagan puts up the three. Can't get it. Another offensive rebound, a third offensive rebound. And the Pinconning area Spartans are not getting a body on the rebounds. And Coach Donahue is going to have a timeout, and I bet that will be the topic of discussion.
That will be topic conversation number one, my friend Jeff. I'm sure that's what he's going to say. You know, you just can't give up three opportunities like that and come away with something good happening for your defensive basketball team.
They're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a moment on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala, glad to have you along. Producing, directing, and filming, Nick Page tonight. We have not been disappointed thus far.
We said in the pregame we thought this was going to be an excellent basketball game, Jeff, and we were absolutely correct. Second one up by number 22 is a little bit off the iron for the Standish-Sterling Central Marshall King. Here come the Pinconning area Spartans down 3.
As they get into their offensive set, Ivy up top has not been a big factor. He's looking now, free throw extension, maybe force that, but look at the great rebound and the putback from Cabarini. as he ended up having that ball fall right into his lap, and he knew what to do, get rid of it in a hurry and kiss it off the glass.
And nice left hand, too, Jeff. Put it up nice and soft, went up strong. Pinconning within one.
And they go back underneath. Fagan just too strong down there. Once he got that post position, they backed off and let him finish. Didn't want to foul him.
Boy, the shooting percentages are pretty good because pretty much everything's been inside the paint tonight, Jeff.
Well, they started by doing it to the outside. Now Ivy's going down strong. He got stolen again as Fagan came around on the backside with that double team. We're going to have a foul on the play, and that is going to be
Good
a block.
call.
And that is the right call. He slid into it, did not establish legal guarding position before the contact.
I thought that was a really good call. And nice job by number 14 for the Panthers, Kason Wendell, taking it to the rack, noticing that the defensive player was backpedaling and taking it all the way to the rack. He gets rewarded shooting two. Got a nice stroke.
Yep, I just was going to say, looked real good and just touched the front iron, but had that great spin on it through the cotton. He'll be rewarded with a second. He takes a nice deep breath. He's quick. He's a one dribble and gone. Can't get the second one done. Ivy's done a really nice job on the glass, and that ball is stolen. Ivy's back there going, nothing easy, as that's at least his second rejection here in the first half.
Well, Kason Wendell did a nice job trying to get that ball. Jeff, timeout on the floor.
And we have got 4:50 left in our first half of play. 23-19. Standish over Penny. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back on BCTV with 4:50 left in our first half of play. What a great first half. Coach Coyne, I'd love to see what he drew up here off this out of bounds out of the timeout.
Going to do a little line right here, Jeff. Taking out of bounds for the Panthers, number 12, Brock Bartlett.
As they're trying to get that ball, and they're going to have to get it in with the 5 seconds, and they did not. I don't think that's how Coach Coyne had drew that play out.
No, not exactly. When you call a timeout, Jeff, draw something up. You're hoping to get either a good quick basket or set up your offense. So good, nice job by the Pinconning area Spartans on defense.
A little token pressure by Standish going back on defense as the Pinconning area Spartans down 4 with possession. Taking their time up around the top as Donahue had his hands on the ball. They go back to Ivy. Ivy really hasn't been able to offensively get in the rhythm. He's done a lot of other great things, though, as the big fella's putting that ball down on the floor, and we're going to have a travel.
Yep.
As when you're a big and you put that ball on the floor, you're going to attract some company.
Well, you know what we always say is when you first get it, you got to bite the basketball and see who's coming for you on the double team. Nobody's coming. Find out where the defensive man is. Peek a little bit. If he's on the right, you go left. If he's on the left, you go right, or you find the open man.
Always, for the most part, you're going to find opposite is open when you get the double team rolling. But it's up to Pinconning to have a little talk and let them guys know that the double team is coming too. So communication is a big factor in that. As the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers +4.
Coach, you've been listening.
I tell you, I've picked up a few things over the years from you, Coach.
I'm going to give you an A+.
There's hope for me yet. Down at the other end of the floor with a nice rim job, and it's in and out as Zaire could not get that ball to drop. That hit the glass. That hit 4 pieces of iron, and it squirted out like a watermelon seed.
That thing was halfway down with the left hand, but unfortunately it just rolled out, Jeff. And, you know, sometimes it just that round ball just takes some funny spins on it. Not hops, spins.
Well, and the game really has settled in here the last 3-4 minutes, not the plethora of scoring that we saw earlier in this game. So possessions are more at a premium here, the last 4 or 5 possessions for each team.
Pinconning's changed up. They're in the man-to-man now.
As it's great to see, and trying to go strong to the hole. And again, Dubé underneath tried to use that baseline as the extra defender and just slid his hips in to number 14 on the play, Wendell.
What you do there, Jeff, is if you're getting beat towards the baseline, you got to run to a spot on the baseline, and the defensive man has to stick his foot right out of bounds because you can, and then use that as an extra defensive man and get some help from your buddies on the opposite sides and on the up top.
Fagan back into the game for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, and he tried to dribble penetrate, not much there. Now he gets the ball back in the paint. He draws a triple team. What a great job of spreading back out defensively for the Pinconning defense. Trying to move around right now. I like the offensive set, the patience that they are showing, and they finally get a slice and dice to the hole by Brody Sullivan, and a kiss for the deuce.
Sully with a nice take to the rack right there, kissed it off the glass. 2:43 and counting to go here in the second quarter.
Fagan with about his 5th steal of this game at the other end, using a lefty from the right underneath. And Coach Donahue says, I've seen enough. He's down 8. He'll call a timeout. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spirit wear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spirit wear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Back on Bay County TV as we look at the floor general, Matt Coyne. Many years as head coach. He was an assistant under the doctor of defense, Tom Murray. So he's been around this program for a long time.
Yeah.
And boy, the kids really envelop his style of play, and that is tough, aggressive, and flow to the ball.
Oh, Matt's an intense individual too, Jeff, and his kids play the same way. Fun to watch both these teams playing tonight.
This has been everything we thought it would be and more. As the defense again, as Fagan stepped into the path of Holland, it caused the defense to take that extra half shuttle step. And what you had happening there was another turnover.
Here comes Pinconning with a 3-quarter court. Now back down, there's a trap right there. That's where you don't want to pick up your dribble, Jeff.
Fagan underneath with a nice handoff to Emmons. And another deuce. Doobie at the other end can't get it to drop. And there's a long rebound out to number 1 on the play as Brady couldn't get that one to drop either. Looking in controlled transition at the other end of the floor. Standish will reset the show.
That was a nice job. Didn't have a really good look at it, Jeff, and they brought it back out to run their offense for the Panthers.
Boy, and Fagan, even though he could shoot the deep ball, he gets that shot. He's down around the basket. They're looking for him. Now he's back in the corner. They didn't pick him up. He had a wide open look, and he drained the 3. And at the other end, a nice football-style pass. In stride, number 14, Wendell with the deuce.
Uncle Mo was wearing the maize and blue right now. Blue and gold, call it what you want for the Panthers, the Standish-Sterling Central, Jeff. The whole thing is going the Panthers' way right now. And number 55, Ivy, that was a huge basket for the Pinconning Spartans.
That was the biggest points of the game thus far for Pinconning to get back to within 12 points here with 50 seconds left in the first. As they move around, and I would not be shocked if unless they get a layup, they may opt for the last shot of the half.
Yep.
I know Matt Coyne and how he operates. If they shoot anything other than a super high percentage shot, that's what they consider a high percentage shot. How about the friendly roll? Second triple in a row.
2 in a row, and 2 of those high bouncers going right through the rack, Jeff. 37-22. The Panthers up 15 over the Spartans.
Ivy's got that free throw extension. Again, didn't go straight up, a little off balance on it. One last opportunity as they're going to set up a long ball. That's off the iron with 5 seconds left. Ivy behind the legs. He's going to have time to finish, and he loses control of the ball with .01 left on the clock. Ivy had visions of going up. He may have been thinking slam-a-bama jamma on that and just lost control of it at the last split second.
That would have been a big basket if they would have made that one, Jeff. But 0.1 seconds, we're going to go into halftime with the Panthers up big over the Spartans.
37-22, a big 15-point bulge at the half. We'll be back in a moment to recap the first half, set the stage for the second half right here on BCTV.
As the voice of Michigan student-athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect for all those involved in the game.
Enjoy the game.
Welcome back to our halftime show sponsored by Renew Physical Therapy. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. First quarter, very even. Second quarter, huge run for Standish.
Huge run. They outscored the Pinconning area Spartans, Jeff, 22-8 in that second quarter. About 3 minutes ago, Standish-Sterling picked up their defense a little bit, got some easy baskets, made some free throws, and the rim's been kind of friendly to the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers tonight, Jeff. So some of those balls almost hit the stanchion as we talked before we came back on the air. So a big quarter for the Panthers.
Defense transitions to offense, and that is where I think Fagan had 5 steals, to my knowledge, in that first half. Every time one of the bigs got down in the post, a double team came. And as we talked, we have got to have, if you're Pinconning, those people communicating, because if you get rid of that ball, somebody's wide open on the backside.
Well, and you got to know where he's coming from. If he's coming from the backside's open. If he's coming from the point guard, then the point guard's open. If he's coming from the ball side, then you go right back where you got it from. So they'll make the adjustments. You know, they're down 15. They score a lot of points, Jeff. There's a long way to play. But this was a very interesting game here in the first half. Going to be an exciting second half, too.
When you're used to, as a team, giving up 42 points a game, and you gave up 37 in the half, I think defense and rebounding will be the two things. Second chance points for Standish got them a lot of baskets as well.
Certainly did. And, you know, this is a little uncomfortable territory for the Pinconning area Spartans right now, Jeff. So let's see how they come out. Both teams come out here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. You know, Standish doesn't have to make a lot of changes. Just keep doing what you're doing. Penny's got to take care of the ball a little better, make some baskets. A little bit better on defense, a little more communication. I think they're going to be fine.
Well, and I think the other thing that is a little bit new to both teams this year, the energy in this building is something that you're not acclimated to play on night in and night out.
It's been a long time since they've been in the same league. I know they've been in a couple years now, but this was a huge rivalry, and you could just feel the vibe when we walked in the building tonight. You know, Nick even said, man, this is a great gym. I've never seen it before. It's a great place to watch, a great place to play, great place to broadcast. So the tone was set before we even tipped the ball.
The old NEMC way back in the day started it all. But, again, the first 4 minutes of the third quarter for Pinconning mean everything.
I would agree with that, Jeff. You can't get it all back at once. You know, they got to just chip away at it, maybe get it down to 10, maybe 8 going into the fourth quarter. Then they'll have a serious chance of winning this ball game.
Hopefully the second half brings as much fun and energy and excitement as the first. We'll find out in a minute. That about puts the wraps on a Renew Physical Therapy halftime show. Back with what should be a wild and woolly second half in just a moment on BCTV.
My name's Kaya Vrabel. I'm from Carroll, Michigan. I came to Renew at McLaren because I was having some hip pain as an athlete in cross country and track and field. I actually had a labrum surgery on my right hip back in April of 2023, and so I had some rounds of physical therapy outside of Renew at McLaren, but it didn't really fit where I was trying to go, so I had some other problems and they recommended me here.
I was a physical therapist. I was treating Kaya after she had a labral repair. First, after these surgeries, you're going to work on strength and range of motion, flexibility, and then you work on stability, functionally getting her back to her ultimate goal of running. So for athletes, making sure their body mechanics are good, their running mechanics, their stability is a big one to prevent injury in the future, working on stability, balance, controlling their jumps, eccentric control, and it's about avoiding future injuries as well as helping their current injury.
Physical therapy here has helped me improve my times and actually get a couple school records. I broke the 3,200 meter and then the 1,600 meter for my school.
So we worked on getting her back to her goal of running and dominating, actually.
Back here on Bay County TV as we start the second half. Just like the second quarter, Standish will start off the alternate possession with the first. Hand on the ball offensively. What a great drive to the basket. Brock Bartlett gets the first deuce.
Set play coming right out in the second half, Jeff. He took the ball out of bounds. He came all the way around to the opposite side of the floor to make that basket.
And that's the astute coaching observation, too, because hadn't crossed my mind that that's exactly what they drew up. And we're going to have a travel before the contact. So that turnover makes another 17-point lead right now for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers and possession. And with the pressure there, an easy break. They're going to flip that to Fagan and couldn't quite control a pass. Looked like he had an easy layup, but that ball just came up a little short for him, and he couldn't bring it up.
Sometimes you just want to have an extra long arms and hands just to go get that ball and take it up to the rack, Jeff.
And Coach Coyne looked like he was trying to use a little body language to help with that. I think he was ready to jump over that calling phone book if that would have been a deuce. At the other end, Ivy cannot get it to drop. Look at Fagan, fights amongst two people for the ball, sees the double team and gets rid of it in a hurry. Now he gets the ball back in transition. Looking to go coast to coast. He gets rid of that ball, and we're going to have another down here on the floor. So the contact caused what I thought could have been a travel call.
Fouls on number 41. That's Cabrini for the Spartans. And you talk about Carter Fagan, Jeff. The young man's only a sophomore, so he's got 2 more years up here on the varsity. He's a nice-looking young player.
He plays with high energy, and there's another too easy trip to the hole, unable to finish that time for Bartlett. And down the floor in a hurry comes Cabrini. Look at that. Goes with a little drop step for the lefty and a nice kiss off the glass for their first deuce of the third.
I'll tell you what, to be able to do that, you know what's going on at practice every day? That young man's putting 5 minutes a day in on that move.
There's the little fake going up. Fagan loses the ball. He's pushed out of bounds, and we're going to have that ball going back over. There was just a tad bit of contact there. You got 2 people going after a loose ball. The officials say play on.
That's the way they've been calling it all night too, Jeff. So, out of bounds to the Panthers right in front of their own bench, number 12. And that's Brock Bartlett to inbound it to one of his buddies.
As they move that ball inbound again, Wendell gets the ball to Bartlett deep on the wing. Bartlett wants to go strong to the hole.
Good help.
Fagan gets doubled off as, going out of 2 double teams in a row. Still able to maintain that possession. Now they're going to have Ivy. Is Ivy going to try and slam this one down? He does half slam on it, but, boy, maybe that's the deuce he needed to get going again. And now they got the double team on, and Standish does a great job of breaking that. Fagan for a layup for him, wide open in the corner.
You cannot leave that kid open in the corner. That's his shot, and he buries. He's 3 for 3 from the corner tonight, Jeff. Nice job by Fagan.
Yeah, he has made his living from the corner, and that he squared up, and that looked like a layup from 3 because he was ready to go, and now it is back to a 16-point lead, and nice jump step going down the baseline, unable to finish his Lupke. The ball goes out of bounds back over to Standish.
Again, that's been pretty much what's going on. The Pinconning area Spartans have had a lot of opportunities, a lot of bunnies, Jeff. They're just not going down, unfortunately for them.
Ball inbounded right now as Bartlett is able to get the ball back, coming down the floor. Guess what? You just left Fagan wide open in the corner again. He comes up just a little short, but they get the rebound back, and they're back on the offensive set again. Second chance opportunities have been numerous tonight for Standish.
Yeah, that's been really big. They've had a lot of opportunities, Jeff, on the offensive side of the glass to get second and third opportunities. And again, you got to keep an eye out for number 10, Fagan. He loves that corner, and he's going there on the break. He's not going to the rack. He's going to the corner.
Well, and I like when he's not in the corner. He's on the baseline underneath the basket looking for some spare change. As the great post move that time by the big fella. Emmons does a great job on that, and the big fellas are starting to show off a little bit here in this second half. Trying to move the ball around right now. Holland gets the ball back, and he was a little slow getting rid of it, but once he got it back, he goes up and powers it strong for a much-needed basket for Pinconning.
1-2-1-1, diamond press by the Pinconning area Spartans. There's Fagan on the near side corner again.
Boy, and he did a great job of hauling in that high pass. Look at that, all the way to the hole with a kiss and a left hand off the glass and another deuce.
They just find the Panthers just find the open guy for the right shot at the right time.
And Kaysen Wendell making that happen again as that ball goes back, and it will go out of bounds and back over to Standish as the Spartans are coming in with Ryan Kowalczyk and Sean Donahue looking for that right combination to dent this 18-point deficit.
Well, we're at the 4:10 mark right now, Jeff, so this halfway. We talked about that in the halftime show. This is about the first 4 minutes, and the Panthers are still continuing to put the pressure on.
And again, they're aggressive but patient. Yep. They know what their high percentage shots are, and another good free throw extension look misses the mark. Ivy's going to be able to hand that ball off as it goes into the hands now of Zach Lowers. Long 3-ball off the mark once again from Brady. Not able to get it. Look who's there out of bounds, saving the ball again, Fagan. As Standish comes into the offense, Fagan was in the corner. They collapsed down on him in a hurry. That ball kicked out of bounds and last touched by Fagan, but I like that look to the basket.
Well, and when they get it onto into the block, the Panthers automatically cut to the basket, Jeff. It was a nice backdoor, just a little bit too far ahead, but really a nice setup by the Panthers.
3:25 and counting left in this third quarter. 46-28, Standish over Pinconning. Moving on the offensive set. Ivy right now with a great backdoor look. There's a beautiful three-point opportunity, and draining it is Cole Brady. That's another huge triple for Pinconning, brings them back within 15.
Got to get it to 10 while we're going into the fourth quarter, Jeff.
And again, taking the patience, and there you have got Fagan not able to get that. And the ball finally turned over the other way. But it just seems like Pinconning is not attacking that loose ball, and the Standish players are coming out getting extra opportunities on the offensive end.
Wholesale changes for both squads right now, Jeff, and we got a little official timeout on the floor.
No, we got 245, double thumbs up. Let's play ball.
Folks, that's referee talk if you're wondering what that's all about.
It's conjunction junction. You got to know the referee's function.
Petticoat junction.
As Lowers in the corner with a 3-ball halfway down. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 3.
Fouls on number 22 for the Panthers. That's Marshall King at the line for Pinconning. Zach Lowers, the senior, he's going to shoot 3. 3 big ones right here, Jeff, for Pinconning.
And Lowers comes from a very sports-minded family with Father Bill and Mindy. as they're very supportive of all things athletics. And, you know, they've got a unique situation. They've got players from Standish and players from Pinconning, from the two different families that blended together about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So Mom and Dad have to kind of have dual excitement for both Penny and for Standish. And they put the miles on their vehicle in the year following things along. We've got Coach Coyne with a timeout. We'll take one as well and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready, with the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Back here on BCTV is Lowers with his third free throw attempt. Boy, that three-pointer that he shot, Mike, was halfway down the hole before it burped out.
We've seen a few of those tonight, Jeff.
So he's going to get another free throw
There
if
you
that
go.
misses, because we had a lane violation, but Lowers was able to make the third attempt, and now down the floor they come, and Ivy with about his fourth rejection of the game. Let's see if we can get a little mini run. Tried to get a little too fancy with a pass, but we got a turnover as Wendell couldn't get the Tootsie set in time to get that rock on the floor.
Coach Jason Donahue called that right away, Jeff. He got the call. Good call by the official, out of bounds to the Pinconning area Spartans.
Yeah, these three officials have been around the block a time
Oh,
or two.
yeah.
There's no coincidence that they're up here doing this game right now. Ivy with a huge basket. He's got to be a big factor if Penny's going to have an opportunity to come back late in this game.
46-34. They're down 12. They're working their way back into this game, Jeff, with 2:16 to go here in the third quarter.
Coach, are you seeing a little crystal ball action? You were calling it 10 at the fourth quarter.
That's what I said. They had to be within at the end of the third quarter or better.
So it's down to 11, and I'll tell you, Pinconning's got to be very fortunate to be down 11 right now. They have not played their best basketball, but they just continue to scratch and claw.
And they were down 18 at one point here in the third quarter, Jeff.
As Wendell gets it back from Bartlett. Now they're going to go back up top, and they're going to just take their time offensively. And there's a great look underneath, unable to make it happen. But, again, another offensive rebound and another opportunity. But that unforced turnover gives the ball back to the Spartans.
$1:47 to go here in the third quarter, 46-35.
As it's an 11-point game again, down inside $1:40 left in this third quarter. As trying to spin to some freedom, and they are going to get Wendell. Wendell rode it, but at some point you got to disengage. And Marty Kravitz let it go as long as he thought, and they call that just slight displacement, and that caused the whistle to blow. And that is the fourth team foul on the home team on Standish here in the third quarter. So the next one, they'll be shooting free throws. But the free throw line has not been real popular tonight with the Pinconning area Spartans. They have not been fortuitous in their bounces as Lowers gets the ball back up top. Sending that ball back, and again, thought he was going to try and throw that ball up and look for contact. Lowers gets it back now, and we're approaching the 1 minute mark. Again, good patience because this is a big possession. There's the look underneath, and that goes to number 23 on the play, Kowalczyk with a nice finger roll.
Good patient on offense, Jeff, and they saw the mismatch when they switched on the screen. Kowalczyk went in for an easy bunny. Down 9 on the Pinconning area Spartans.
Boy, that was nearly a throwaway, too, and going strong to the hole, giving up a good shot, looking for potentially a better shot. And another second chance offensive rebound and another turnover as Pinconning jumped the passing lanes. Quickly now into the transition they come. Underneath, what a great look, and that basket by number 23, Ryan Kowalczyk with his second basket in a row, and another steal. The ball back, and it's taken back. Bartlett down the floor, and Lowers with the foul. That's a good call. 50% of the people think it's a great call. 50% of the people say PU. That was a good call, though.
I thought so, too. Out of bounds underneath. Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, 11.9 ticks to go here in the third quarter. 46-39, Standish with the lead.
So with 11 ticks left, you should have no worse than a 10-point deficit going into the fourth. They go underneath, and that ball is kicked away again with 3 seconds left, trying to get that ball thrown up in the air at the end of three, 46-39. As the Standish-Sterling Central Panther lead dwindled to 7. Back in a moment for the Final 8 on BCTV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. Boy, we have had first quarter even, second quarter all Standish. Penny comes back strong in the third. We're ready for a fun fourth.
17-11, and what we talked about in the halftime show, Jeff. Pinconning's back within 7, 46-39. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a great fourth quarter here in Standish.
Well, and Pinconning off the alternate possession will get the first offensive possession of the fourth quarter as that ball goes into Donahue's hands. Donahue brings it into the front court right now. Bartlett all over him defensively. Ivy trying to make something happen, and they're very keenly aware of where he's at on the floor. Ball tipped back again. He couldn't get to it, but he did a great job of knocking it back. Long three ball. Tinkle on the twine. Cole Brady makes this a 4-point game.
Sonny Butch.
Hold on to your seat cushions. This one's going right down to the wire.
Granny, don't leave your rocker now.
As the Pinconning intensity defensively has picked up. Lowers with great movement defensively. Almost had the double team. There's an attempted answer halfway down and out. One and done is the rebound. Comes down to Kowalczyk, He's really been a spark on both ends of the floor since he came into the game.
I was just about to say the last 2.5, 3 minutes, Ryan Kowalczyk has played like a man out there, Jeff.
There's another burp of the three ball just off the front iron. Ivy is above all. He gets triple teamed, passes that ball off, and we have got ourselves a 2-point game. And we got a timeout on the floor, I believe. Nope, no timeout. They called that for a stoppage of play. They didn't know if that player was injured or not. So get the players back on the floor. And boy, you're down 7 to start the quarter, and you start the quarter with a 5-0 run.
Wow, what a comeback right now for Pinconning area, Jeff. And the key to that, the end of the third quarter, like we said at the halftime show, they got it within 7. We thought 10 would be sufficient. They did better. So here we go. 6:40 and counting to go here in the ball game.
Boy, different spring in the step for the Pinconning area Spartans right now as they're really stretching out that defense. But when you stretch the defense out, there's always that chance for the backdoor cut. We'll find out what the patience is, and there it is. Ivy with another rejection, maybe his 7th of the game unofficially, as he just came from out of nowhere. Fagan thought he had an easy bunny, and that got slapped away.
Yeah, Ivy came from a long ways away to block that shot. What a tremendous block by Ivy for Pinconning.
Sophomore on sophomore with that play. A couple of kids you're going to be blessed with the opportunity to see for 2 more years after this. Moving the ball around the horn. Fagan in the corner. Nice job of realizing it wasn't quite what he wanted. They are showing the patience that they want offensively. Still up a deuce. There's a great rhythm offensive shot that was missed, but another offensive opportunity. Basket good! Caleb Hammonds. He'll go to the free throw line to try and finish off the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Caleb did a nice job right there, Jeff, going up hard for the rebound, going up strong. Expect to get fouled every time you go up down there, and he's going to make it with a three-point shot.
Where was that chin when he went up?
Chin on the rim.
Chin on the rim. That's money as the shot is missed, and the rebound comes down. Fagan knocks it away, and fighting for it on the floor as it's going to go out of bounds. Potentially last touched by number 23, Kowalczyk, and I think his foot was on the line when he had possession of the ball.
Tell you what, no place for the meek and mild underneath that basket, Jeff. Those kids are going at each other tonight.
That is a bunch of fun, and we're going to have a 30-second timeout called by Coach Coyne. We'll take a breath here and a moment. We'll be back in a moment on BCTV.
Choose Renew Physical Therapy for an experience that exceeds expectations. When our team started out, we researched the physical therapy industry to learn what patients and doctors liked and what they disliked. Now we have the perfect formula for you. We offer individualized one-on-one care that is custom tailored to you, ensuring that your needs are met and your goals are attained. With our evidence-based approach to physical therapy, we're able to provide a level of care unlike any other. Contact us today to learn more. We're here to help. Renew Physical Therapy.
Back here on BCTV with 5:53 left in the game, 48-44.
I catch my breath.
Yeah, that was just long enough for us to regroup here. +4 and possession as that ball off the inbound to number 4, Brody Sullivan. Kissed it off the glass, and just like that, it's back to a 6-point lead. And we're going to have a blocking foul.
No.
Yep, I think they're going to give that to number 12, Brock Bartlett, with a block. And the Pinconning will have that ball out of bounds.
That was a tough screen right there by number 23, Ryan Kowalczyk, Jeff. He's going to feel that tomorrow morning. He's going to come out of the game, take a breather. But what a nice spark for Pinconning. Ryan coming off the bench gave him about 4 or 5 great minutes for the Spartans.
That was a great stretch for Kowalczyk. I definitely agree with that. Holland has done some nice things again, too. As Ivy back up top, he's looking for that Holland screen. And great patience, got all the time in the world with 5.5 left in this game. They're going to get that to Ivy. He's double-teamed. Wide open for the 3 ball. It is Cole Brady. And are they going to have a foul too? They are going to call it a foul. Talk about Cole Brady just starting to light it up here in this fourth quarter.
Foul is on Wendell, his 3rd personal, team foul number 2. He's going to go to the line to do the old 4-point play.
And look at the stroke.
The easy fashion. Oh, that's a great looking stroke.
What a great stroke. That thing barely hit the bottom of the iron on it, or the cotton on the way through. Into the front court again. Great job by Fagan as the defense is way more acutely aware of where he's at in the corner. Now he's wide open under the basket. They see him a little too late, but he'll be cruising around back there again. So they go back inside. Yep. Great. That's a great foul because you don't make that foul, that spin move with no help from the backside, that's an easy deuce you're giving up.
Good. It was hands on the back, so that's why they called it, Jeff, and that was a great foul.
Just had the official talk to the athletic director. We're going to find out if he potentially is looking at some crowd that have some things to say. I really haven't heard much from anybody getting out of hand.
Been pretty good.
We'll keep an eye on that as a facility manager as well and an official. I know when those conversations happen what things can be, and they just had a fan that is going to end up having to take off here, as that's normally the main topic of conversation. And the fan that had to leave was right down under the basket where they were a little too close to hear the chirping. Fagan with a 3 ball off the front iron. We're going to have a foul, and I think they're going to get Holland with a clear out.
Yeah, that was called by the out official here to the near sideline, Jeff. And that foul is on number 50, Holland. It's
a good call. I don't know where the Pinconning faithful don't like that. These guys are calling a great game. I, as an official, I see everything that's going on, and they're getting the things that have to be. So now what you've got is you've got Coach Donahue. He wants to be heard. Henry says, I heard you. Now head back to your area. Holland knocks the ball out of bounds. As an official, you give them that minute. When you say you've heard enough, coach, back in the box.
Yep.
This crew has probably got 90 years between the three of them, and that ball is down on the ground right now. 2-on-1. Going strong to the hole, and he can't do anything about it because he was out of bounds. The ball rejected, and we're going to have a foul on the play as the trail official caught contact from up top.
Yep, nice job right there by the Standish player. Couldn't come out of bounds and get the ball, so Pinconning very alert. We went and got the ball, and shooting two for the Pinconning area Spartans is number 2, Brady Lupke, the senior. Going to try to tie this ball game up, Jeff.
So Lupke's been a little quiet in this game, but what a bigger opportunity none than right now for him to step up and tie this game with another free throw with 4.5 left in the game. Takes his time, got a nice stroke. Nothing but the bottom of the hole. Tied at 50 with 4.5 left in the game. Pinconning with a 3/4 court token pressure.
You realize the Spartans were down 18 at one time in this ball game, Jeff?
Do recall that, and a lot of people gave them up for dead, but you're not 14-2 for no reason.
You're right.
There's a wide open 3 ball. Came a little bit strong. Fight for the loose change, and another offensive opportunity for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Boy, they've been blessed with a lot of extra tries. Nice job by Ivy. Couldn't get to it. He decides that he is going to tip it away. Now at the other end, we're going to have a whistle. You couldn't hear it because of the noise. So we'll take away the leading basket, and Standish with a foul about the 38-foot mark.
14, Kason Wendell, his 4th personal team foul, number 4 for the Panthers, Jeff. One more, and the Spartans will be going to the free throw line shooting 2. Tied at 50-50.
Well, the Spartans didn't do any favors for themselves at the free throw line through 2.5 quarters, but they certainly have made up for it since.
Yes, good point.
Lowers gets that ball back to Ivy. As that ball is in the super hot hand right now of Brady. And look at him. Does he travel on that play? Oh, they got a moving screen on Holland.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, I'm keeping my eyes on number 1, Cole Brady. That young man is heating the hemp.
H-O-triple-T hot.
Heating the hemp is what he's doing.
Wow, he is just lighting it up. Kowalczyk back into the game as he's had a little blow. I look for Kowalczyk to continue on maybe to the end of the game, replacing Holland. Oh, shuffle of the Tootsies, got away with one. As that shot goes up, and the friendly home rim of number 12, Bartlett with the deuce to put Standish back up by 2. And we're going to have Coach Donahue with a timeout. We'll take a break and be back for what should be a dynamite last 3:11 here on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back on BCTV, Spartans inbounding the ball, down a deuce as we approach the 3-minute mark of this game. As the first half saw 37 points for Standish, and they've only had 15 cents in over 2.5 quarters. That shot goes up from Lupke, could not get it to drop, and the long rebound comes down to Standish, up a deuce with possession, and 2:45 and counting left in the game.
Lots of time left, Jeff.
Yep.
Picking up high.
No need to foul or do any reach-in. Just play good defense and wait for your opportunity. And again, didn't have the feet squared up, so good choice not to make that off-balance shot happen. Onto the backside. Ivy doing a great job of closing out. And the rebound comes down
Kowalczyk
to number
again.
23, Kowalczyk, who's done a lot of great things. That shot is missed, but the long rebound comes back down.
Short.
And that shot goes up short and stepped out of bounds on his way to bring that ball back in. Pinconning got the shot they were looking for at the first shot on the offensive possession.
Yeah, those were good-looking shots. They've been making those in the second half, Jeff. Here come the Spartans. 2 minutes exactly to go here in the ball game. I mean, the Panthers are coming down the floor. They're up 2.
As they go back down, look at Fagan slicing and
Well, that's a
dicing his
tough
way. Friendly roll of the rim and a 4-point lead for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
That was a tough move right there by Fagan.
Lupke to Ivy, back up top. And that is Brady. Brady says, I'm going to let it go from downtown. He called glass and couldn't get it to drop. Maybe an ill-advised off-balance shot, maybe the first we've seen from him tonight. Fagan on the other end. We're going to have a timeout. Donahue right away. He hears Bay County TV say, T.O., baby. He's going to take one right now, reel in the troops. $1:28 left in the game. Standish-Sterling by 6. Back in a moment on BCTV.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school, and we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So here's our perspective to make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and yell during games, but we all make mistakes.
It makes the game more enjoyable when we hear you cheering positively.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling at an official, remember that you are representing our school.
As much as we want to win, just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with their coaches. They have a tough job.
You can support them by accepting their decisions.
And being thankful for all the time they have devoted to making us better.
Showing empathy and support to everyone involved is important.
Remember, you are the ones that set the example.
Thanks for coming to our games, taking us to practice, and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't
do it without
you.
Back here on BCTV, Standish will probably do token pressure here.
Just a side note, Jeff, the Pinconning and area Spartans have 1 timeout. The Panthers have 2.
And I would imagine most of those 3 timeouts will be utilized here late in the contest. As they go back up top, Ivy with a great look from 3. He can't get that to drop. He was squared up nice, and he had a good look, just didn't drop.
Nothing wrong with the shot. Good look. Had a chance to sit on, just didn't go down the well.
Now you're down to about a minute left. You can play defense for about 15 seconds, and if you don't get a steal, you're going to be probably forced to foul. Oh, Ivy just about picked that pocket as he tried to anticipate. And there's a reach-in foul, and that is going to be on Brady.
Now's the time you go to your scouting report, Jeff, and your associate or your assistants are telling you this is the man we got to foul, so they foul number 14. I would imagine that pretty much all the Panther players are very good free throw shooters.
I would say they're all 70% or above. As just as we compliment them, they have it halfway down the hole and out.
Announcer's jinx.
So still has an opportunity with the second free throw going in to make it a 2-possession game.
I think if the Spartans get a basket here, they're going to have to call a timeout right away if they get the basket.
As they come back down to the other end, still 45 seconds left. Plenty of time left in the game. They got to get this ball to Brady, and we're going to have a push, and we are going to send Lupke to the free throw line where he's going to shoot 2.
When you think about it, not a bad foul. You get him 2 free throws, Jeff. He doesn't get a chance to shoot the 3-point play. So it's kind of a double-edged coin depending on where you're looking at it.
Well, I don't think Coach Coyne really wanted that foul because he wants the clock to keep ticking and make them have to work before they can get a shot off. 2 at the free throw line with the clock stopped is just what the doctor ordered for Donahue and the Pinconning Spartans.
Now the Panthers got to get ready for the full court press. They've been doing okay with that tonight, breaking that press.
As the double team comes to the corner, and that is going to be back over. Oh, and they're going to say the ball tipped. And again, as officials, I like the way that they gathered their thoughts together and made that happen.
They looked at each other and said, no, it was going towards Standish. Another good call.
As boy, it's 2-on-1 the other end. You know who wants to finish it. He went coast to coast for the deuce. And is Kason Wendell. And it's a 7-point lead here inside 30 seconds left. That's what you got to do. Lupke puts it up halfway down. That's probably going to cause the game to be done as they get the ball on the backside. No need for the basket, but hey, when you got a layup, why not send it home? We're averaging 60.5 points a game. We got 61. At the other end, Brady puts it up. 3 seconds, 2, 1 and 0. That's all there is.
There isn't any more.
The final score in our ball game, the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers 61, the Pinconning Area Spartans 52. Back in a moment to put the wraps on this one on BCTV.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Back with the Frank's Great Outdoors post-game wrap-up here on BCTV.
Whoa.
Boy, Mike, we saw a table turn so many times in this game, and in the end, Standish finally put a little run together to put it away.
Man, I'll tell you what, Jeff, that was a fantastic basketball game by two really good teams, well-coached teams, well-disciplined teams. They did the little things well, and it was down the stretch, the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers really did the things that right to win them this ball game.
If I'm going to point my finger at one difference in this ball game, second chance opportunities offensively for Standish, I think could have been the difference in this game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They had a lot of second chance opportunities, Jeff, and when they didn't get those second opportunities, they got fouled, they got a chance to go to the free throw line, or they kept possession of the ball and got some baskets after they got the ball back out of bounds.
I wished I would have been a bug on the wall in Coach Donahue's room at halftime. Giving up 37 points in the first half, his defense was stifling through most of the second half.
Well, you know, having been in with those situations when you're down so big, you know, there's two things you can do. You can go in and go nuts, or you can be calm, cool, and collect and say, hey, look, we're not out of this. This is what we got to do. Get within 10. They got within 7 to start the fourth quarter, so they made the adjustments. They picked up their defense, made some big shots that they didn't make all game from the three-point line, made a couple of free throws, got themselves right back in the ball game.
Boy, and again, it was just a fun game with momentum back and forth. But in the end, on their home court, the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers made the plays down the stretch to secure the victory.
Made the plays, made the free throws. You know, this was really, when you look at the score, the defense was really, really good on both squads. They challenged every shot. It was physical. I thought the referees did a fantastic job. They let these kids play. When you get up to the varsity level, you're going to expect to get physical, whether it's the Jack Pine, the Saginaw Valley, or whatever league you're playing in. It's going to be physical. I like what the officials did, let these kids play, and the kids determine the outcome of the game.
Absolutely. Again, very impressed with Fagan offensively, defensively, the steals, the assists. For a sophomore, that kid's going to be fun to watch.
Well, and I'll tell you what, you got the sophomore Ivy. He's going to be around a couple more years with Fagan on the Standish. So these kids are going to hook up in the future again. So, you know, this was a typical game that we thought it was going to be. Standish, Pinconning, always high energy. The crowd was into it. The broadcasters were into it. You know, it's just a lot of fun to come back up here and watch a game like this.
It was just entertaining for everybody there. The crowd was into it. Half the crowd disagreed with every call, but you'd expect that because that's just what this rivalry is all about. It's heated but fun.
Well, you know, and when you see, from a coaching standpoint, when you see officials that have been around a long time. Like you said, 90 years maybe they've been collectively doing this. When you see those guys walk on the floor, you know exactly what you're going to get. And we know what they were going to do. They were going to let these kids play, and they did. And, down the stretch, the Panthers were just a little bit better. But, hey, 14-3 for Pinconning, 15-2 for Standish. Ooh. Those are two really good basketball teams.
And who says 3-4 weeks down the road that they might not visit each other once again?
Well, you just don't know. You just don't know.
See how that marathon ends, but that about puts the wraps on our Frank's Great Outdoors post-game show. What a great game, Mike. Always a pleasure to sit next to your side and have a chance to do a game like this.
Yeah, Jeff, that was a fun game, and really enjoyed the drive up. The three of us drove up together. We haven't done that in a while, so it's going to be a fun ride home, nice conversation. And I think we got to get ready for something going on next week. I can't remember who it was. Is it Bridgeport Garber, if I'm not mistaken?
Might be, yep.
And so we'll be out at the Duke Dome. So thank you again for all your expertise. Always a blast hanging out with you, my friend.
Nick Page, another masterful job behind the camera as he produces and directs this program as well. Have a great night. We'll look forward to talking with you soon.
We'll see you next week.